Hey everyone, welcome back. In this lesson, we're going to talk about factors. Since we are going to talk about simplifying fractions in a later video, one method that we're going to use is called greatest common factor, or GCF. But before we talk about GCF, we need to talk about what factors are. And simply put, the definition is factors are numbers that divide other numbers without leaving a remainder. Now that sounds kind of confusing, but the idea is pretty simple. Let's take the number 8, for example. What numbers divide 8 without giving us a remainder? So let's go, let's start off. So 8 divided by 4, right? That gives us 2. Let's see, 8 divided by 3, right? Let's see, so if you want to do it the long way, it makes it look a little bit easier. So 3 into 8, that'll be a 2. That's 6. Subtract, that's 2. You have remainder 2. So again, 3 does not divide 8, right? We're looking for numbers that will not give us a remainder. So 3 is not one of them, right? What other numbers divide 8 without giving us a remainder? What about the number 8, right? 8 divided by 8 is 1. And then also the number 1. Remember, 1 can divide everything, right? 8 divided by 1 is just simply 8. Now let's see, I think we're missing one more. Yeah, we're missing one more. 8 can also be divided by 2, and that's 4. So look at the numbers that you use to divide 8, right? We use the number 4, we use the number 8, 1, and 2. Those are what we call factors of 8. So the factors of 8 are again, I like to put them in order and ascending order, so from smallest to greatest. So 1, 2, 4, 8, and 8. Those are the factors. That's simply what factors means, just numbers that you can divide another number with and you will not get a remainder. So all these 4 numbers divide the number 8 without giving us a remainder, so they are factors of 8. Let's go with another example. What are the factors of, let's say, 10? And what are the factors of 10? What are the factors of 10? Well, again, what numbers divide 10 without giving us a remainder? Well, 10 can be divided by 2, that's 5. 10 can be divided by itself, right? 10 divided by 10 is 1. 10 divided by 1, right? Any number can be divided by 1, so that's just 10. And then 10 can also be divided by 5, right? And that's 2. Notice that there are no remainders in any of these. So now we go ahead and look at our list of numbers, and we can see that the numbers that we divided 10 by, those are actually our factors. So the factors, we can write a sentence, the factors of 10 are, again, I write them in ascending order from smallest to greatest. So 1, 2, 5, and 10. Those are factors of 10. There is a easier way to do this, but just keep in mind the definition of factors. They are numbers that you can divide by and you will get no remainder. One of the ways that you can find the factors is if you know your multiplication tables, right? So let's go, for example, the number, let's do one more example actually. What are the factors of 20? So again, we look at what numbers can divide 20. So 20, right, can be divided by 20. This is easy. I'll do the easy ones. 20 can be divided by 1. And then let's see, 20 can be divided by 5. That gives us 4. 20 can be divided by 4, and that gives us 5. So the factors of 20 are 20, 1, 5, and 4. So the factors of 20 are 1. Oh, actually, I forgot one more. Right? So Also the number 2. Oh, and the number 10. Wow, we actually missed quite a few. So I'm going to talk about how you can avoid that mistake. Like, how do you know if you found all of them? And the trick is you have to know your multiplication tables. So 20 divided by 2, that'll be a 10. And then 20 divided by 10 would be 2. So we can include those as well into our list of factors. So the factors of 20 are 1, 2, 4, 5, 10, and 20. Now, as mentioned, there is a shortcut way of doing this, and I'm going to scroll up to show you how you can do this, but always keep in mind the definition of what factors actually are. They are numbers that you can divide a number by, and you won't get a remainder. So in this case, the 8 can be divided by 4, so 4 is a factor, 8 is a factor, 1 is a factor, and 2 are a factor. A shortcut way of finding the factors is list all the ways you can multiply to get that number. That's another way of thinking about it. Right, so 8, list all the ways you can get 8. So 1 times 8, that'll give you 8. 2 times 4 will give you 8. And if you look, this list matches that list. So that's another way of finding all the factors. The factors of 10. Well, what are all the ways you can find 10? Well, let's see. 1 times 10 will give you 10. 2 times 5 will give you 10. And these, once again, are the factors, and they match the factors we found earlier. Now let's go with 20. Now, 20, this is how I knew I messed up earlier, because I'm like, wait a minute, I'm missing a number 2. And because I was thinking of all the ways you can multiply to get 20. So 1 times 20 will give me 20. 2 times 10 will give me 20. And 4 times 5 will give me 20. So there are 6 total factors, and these 6 total factors match up with those 6 factors. So the number 20 has 6 factors. Yeah, there's different ways to look at it, but just remember, a factor is a number that can divide another number without getting a remainder. So all these numbers here, all these numbers, like 1 can divide 20, 20 can divide 20, 2 can divide 20, 5 can divide 24, and also 5. Those are all factors. And you might have heard this word. These are actually called factor pairs, because together, when you multiply them, you get the number earlier. So you can call these factor pairs because they come in 2. So factor pairs. But just remember what factors are. They are numbers that you can divide to get with. They can divide another number with without getting a remainder. One more example, because I want to talk about like the number 25, right? So 25 actually only has let's see, 1 times 25 will give you 25, and then 5 and 5. So this one actually only has 3 factors. So it has 3 factors because the 5 repeats. All right, so hopefully that helped. Try the problems out on your own, and then see if you can understand the idea of what factors are. Again, the math isn't too hard. It's just I want to make sure you understand like what factors actually are. If this helped, please like the video and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.